Welcome to The Hypnotist, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. Brought to you by the hypnotherapist demanded by celebrities, CEOs, and even royalty, Adam Cox. These recordings took place live from Adam's clinic in London's world-famous Harley Street. This podcast features powerful hypnosis, so do not listen while driving or operating machinery. This recording is not suitable for those with epilepsy or severe mental health issues. So, get yourself comfortable and enjoy today's episode of The Hypnotist.
Hi, it's Adam here, and in today's episode of The Hypnotist, you'll be listening to a hypnosis session that I did with a gentleman that was anxious about social events in the future. Partly because how he was in certain social events wasn't the same he was in all social events. And I think a useful way of thinking about this is this idea that you have multiple parts. And quite often people can be, let's say, very relaxed and very sociable around close friends or maybe family members, but not when they're in situations where they don't know the people. Or sometimes it depends the occasion. And I remember personally, I used to be reasonably sociable if I was with people that I knew very well. But if I went to an award ceremony, or if I went to some kind of social element connected to a conference, like a meal or drinks in the bar afterwards, I would be very anxious. And it was partly because I didn't know the people I was around. So this hypnosis session is designed for you to access times when you've been very sociable, very dynamic, but at the same time mapping those resources across into this environment where it might be out of your comfort zone. Now, the key way of thinking about this is that your brain already knows how to be sociable, and actually disconnecting from the responsibility of other people, other people's thoughts, other people's opinions is a good way to get yourself in a more resourceful state. One of the main reasons that people feel more resourceful around people that they know is that they already know how those people feel about them and think about them. That's why they're defined as friends. Whereas strangers don't really have that same dynamic. But having a intention or expectation that actually it's going to be enjoyable, it's going to be fun, and that actually you've got the ability to respond not to what could happen, but what's actually happening, is quite an empowering way to almost change the social dynamics so that you can actually be a lot more confident in social situations. So obviously this was created for someone else, but if you're listening to this and you think that you can relate to this idea of social anxiety, there will be a link nearby for you to book a free 30-minute consultation call with me to explore working with me. But for now, listen to this session, find a quiet place where you won't be disturbed, relax, and enjoy the session. Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe in a feeling of calm and relaxation. And as you exhale, just allow feelings of worry and tension to leave your body in your outward breath. Continue to breathe in and breathe out, and notice that with your eyes closed, you're able to pay more attention to my words and be more conscious of each and every breath. Notice the sensation of air going in through the nostrils, how your chest raises, and as you breathe out, again notice that sensation of air leaving your body, enabling you to go deeper and deeper relaxed. And as you relax, I want you to get a sense that you're breathing in an energy of positivity and resourcefulness. And as you exhale, become increasingly aware that anything not useful, perhaps worries, stress, anxiety, pressure, is just leaving you on your outward breath, enabling you to go deeper and deeper relaxed. And it feels good to become aware of how enjoyable the feeling of relaxation is. I want you to create an image of your mind of what you would consider the most relaxing place on earth. Maybe it's nature, maybe it isn't. It doesn't matter. Whatever comes to your mind is exactly what should come to your mind. But just imagine that you're there on your own in this relaxing place, breathing in fresh, clean air and exhaling any tension, any stress, any worries. And I want you to get a sense that you can allow muscle tension to leave your body. Scan your face and any tension around your eyelids, around your eyes, just allow it to melt away now. Pay attention to the muscles in your jaw, your cheeks. On your outward breath, allow that to be released now. Pay attention to your neck and your shoulders here in the most relaxing place on earth, and just allow any feelings of tension in your neck and your shoulders to just melt away like ice cubes in the sun. Feeling your arms get heavier and heavier as you breathe in. Allow your lungs to relax, your stomach to relax, your heart to relax, your gut to relax. Allow these things to fully relax, knowing that they don't need to hold on to any tension right now. That feeling of relaxation goes into your legs all the way down to your toes. And here, in this most relaxing place on earth, I want you to imagine what it would be like to have a nap in that place. That as your physical body relaxes, your imagination becomes more vivid, more alert, able to take you on a journey. A journey into your past, a journey into your future, a journey where changes are possible. It's been said that anything that your mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. And therefore, as you start to make changes, you will conceive of a future that is more desirable for you. You will believe you have the resources to activate that future. And as certain as night follows day and summer follows spring, as you think these things, you become these things, and these things happen. And I wonder what it might be like for you to recall a time in your past where you were enjoying yourself socially. Imagine seeing that version of you out with friends at the time when you've been the most socially confident. See that version of you, see how your facial expressions are. Know that even as you got ready, the thoughts were thoughts of positive things. Smiles came effortlessly. The breathing was relaxed. You could be yourself. And I want you to notice in that situation, there was no pretense of control or responsibility. The people that you were with, you respected them as their own entities. If they did something silly or foolish, that was on them, not on you. I want you to get a sense that there was a feeling of you being able to be relaxed because the only person you were responsible for was yourself. The choices you make. And because of that, you were able to fully relax. To be that version of you that you enjoy being in a social situation. And maybe you drink, but maybe you don't. Maybe you're talking, or maybe you're doing something. It doesn't matter, but just see yourself as someone able to be fully present, fully relaxed in that situation. And as you see that version of you, I want you to notice that that version of you is evaluating things. But that version of you is evaluating things with an expectation that positive things will happen. When you see other people being playful, you feel like being more playful. When other people are silly, you don't criticize them for it, you enjoy in their silliness. And then I want you to imagine climbing into that version of you, the version of you that fully knows how to be relaxed and confident and sociable. And when you're in that version of you, just let me know by nodding your head. You know what it feels like to feel socially confident. And maybe you're making pictures in your mind's eye of actually being in that situation surrounded by people where you can be yourself, you can be relaxed. And if you feel you're in that relaxed, sociable state, just let me know by nodding your head. Breathe in and breathe out just as you would do if you were there in that sociable place. And I want you to notice that that part of you that knows how to be socially confident, to feel relaxed. When I'm talking to that part, just let me know with a head nod or just a motion. I want you to get a sense of what it feels like to be sociable, what it feels like to be comfortable in your own skin, to enjoy the company of the people around you. Notice there is an absence of ego or pretense, trying to impress anyone. In fact, all you're doing is being in the moment. Not thinking about the future, not thinking about the past, but there in the moment, enabling you to access that feeling of being sociable, being comfortable. And I want you to recall of all the times that you felt this way, the time that you felt the most sociable, the most confident. No work to do, this is just leisure and recreation time, and I want you to teleport into that version of you, the point where you've been the most confident, the most socially empowered. You feel relaxed, the conversation flows. You are you. People enjoy your company and you enjoy their company. And I want you to go back into that moment. And when you're in that moment and you recall what you were doing at the time, feeling similar sensations to you feeling at that time, just let me know by nodding your head. I want you to get a sense that you know how to be this person. You're not trying to be anyone that you're not. There's just a part of you that knows that this is the right person to be in a social situation. And I want you to take that feeling and just know that you can bring this feeling whenever you need it. And if your unconscious mind accepts that this is a useful part to be in control in the majority of social situations, just let me know by nodding your head. I want you to get a sense that we're going to call this part the sociable part, because it's the part that enjoys being in social situations. But before we leave this part, I want you to go back to that relaxing place. Let's go back to that place where you felt completely and totally relaxed. And in that place, I want you to scan your body for a part that hasn't been feeling comfortable in social situations. Maybe you can recall 1 or 2 times where you didn't feel like you could be yourself. There was a part of you that felt on edge, maybe a bit introverted. And when that part is now in control, and that's the part that I'm communicating with, just let me know by nodding your head. And I appreciate that you've got good intentions, that you're there to do good things, that sometimes it's difficult to fully relax when you're thinking about other people. In the same way that an overprotective parent might not be able to fully relax in a social situation if they've got children running around. It might be possible that there is a protective or worrisome part of you that has been feeling that you can't fully relax. You can't fully be in the moment in certain situations. And I want you to agree a new role with that part. That you will be not in control at these social events, but you will be in the waiting room, there to keep an eye, so that if there is a reason for you to be protective, if there's a reason for you to be alert or vigilant, then this part will suddenly take control, do whatever is necessary. And the moment that you're convinced that it's no longer necessary to be protective or be in control, then that part will go back into the waiting room, freeing up the sociable part to be the life and soul of the party. So many people haven't seen the real you. I want you to consider that protective part like a protective animal. Perhaps like a tortoise there in the shell. But the sociable part of you is not in a shell. The sociable part of you likes to be open, likes to be inquisitive, curious, talk to people, connect, laugh and joke and smile. And if going forward there's an agreement that in social situations the social part will be in control and the protective part will be there in the waiting room, ready if needed, I want you to let me know. And one final thing before we visit a desirable future is that it's time to let go. It's time to let go of the idea that you need to be responsible or control other people's choices. They are their own choices. I want you to get a sense that in the past, when you felt very sociable, you were able to feel relaxed around those people, even when you knew those people didn't always make the best choices. The reason being is that you didn't have to. You are you and they are they. And I want you to get a sense that You're letting go of that need to control, letting go of that need to be responsible, letting go of that need to preempt or influence what happens. I want you to get a sense that other people are other people. The choices they make are their own choices, and they will learn from them. All I want you to do is to get a sense that you're in control of you. And I want you to entertain the idea of the next social gathering. And I want you to see a version of you attending that social gathering that is the sociable part. A sociable part that has let go of any need to control or preempt what may happen. Just to enjoy the moment and react to what actually happens, not what may happen. See that future version of you attending maybe a party or a gathering or a social occasion. But you can tell by the way that you arrive at that place. It's the sociable you. You can tell from your body language, the way you walk, the way you breathe, your facial expressions. This is the sociable part of you arriving. See the way you greet people. Maybe a firm handshake, big smiles, asking people how they are and how they've been. And accept this suggestion to be true. How you arrive and leave at a social gathering will influence 90% of perceptions on you. If you arrive with an intention to be relaxed, to have fun, to connect, then a good entrance, a good introduction helps set the scene that that's who you are. Fun and welcoming and easy to talk to. And then see that the conversations flow. See yourself responsibly enjoying whatever the next occasion is. Perhaps you see yourself that you're aware that someone else is doing other things and that cord has been cut. You are able to see yourself enjoying your time irrespective of what other people are doing. In the same way that if you were enjoying a good holiday that was 2 weeks, and on one day there was a thunderstorm that lasted an hour, would that thunderstorm ruin a 2-week holiday? And equally at these social gatherings, if someone says or does something silly for 2 minutes, does that ruin 4 or 5 hours? I want you to get a sense that more than 90% of worries are worrying about things that never end up happening. It's almost like paying the price of a show or a movie that you never get to see. From this point forwards, you will only be in that state of mind where you need to do something if something needs to be done. Outside of that, this is your time to fully relax, to enjoy yourself, to be that version of you that you know you can be and have been and other people have seen and will see. And then rewind to the very beginning of this very next event, occasion, and then step into it. So you're no longer seeing yourself, but this is you, and I want you to feel that sense of social confidence deep within you. You can tell from how you breathe and your facial expressions that you're going to enjoy yourself. Feel what it feels like to arrive with a smile on your face, feeling relaxed in your neck and your shoulders. Maybe saying hello, welcoming people with a handshake or hug or whatever's appropriate. I want you to get a sense that you're a lot more optimistic about the future. These social gatherings are not something to be dreaded. They're now something that you look forward to. And you look forward to them because you know you'll be presenting the right part of you that is good in these situations. I want you to get a sense that there is a part of everyone that just enjoys to relax. There's a part of you that likes to work hard, there's a part of you that likes to solve problems, but there's also a part of you that likes to connect with people, to be sociable. And that's the part that will look forward to these events. That's the part that will get ready. That's the part that will arrive. That's the part that will greet. That's the part that will communicate with people. Be playful. Be a conversationalist. And to say goodbye when it's time to say goodbye. And the only reason any other part would be necessary is if something actually happens to make it necessary. The right part will come along if a situation justifies it. But the only thing justified right now is that sociable part of you is the part that actually looks forward to and arrives at these events. I want you to get a sense that every occasion is an opportunity to evolve. And from this point forward, evolution is keeping what you like and discarding what you don't. And therefore, each and every social occasion, there is the opportunity to reflect, to refine, to keep those qualities in yourself that you enjoy, and to discard the bits that you don't like. A constant feedback loop. And each and every time that you enjoy yourself, there's evidence that you can enjoy yourself even more. To the point that it will be intuitive, that social, personable part of you will actually want to go to more of these events. Every part needs something to be who they're meant to be. And that sociable part of you needs people to be that part. And find yourself back in that relaxing place. And realize that this was all just thoughts within thoughts, dreams within dreams, ideas within ideas, and actually you're listening to my voice firmly in the present, right now. Take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Just wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, get a sense that you're in your own physical body right now as I count from 1 to 10 to awaken you. 1, 2, 3, waking up. 4, 5, 6, more alert. 7, 8, open your eyes, open your eyes. 9, 10, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake.
Thank you for listening to The Hypnotist with Adam Cox, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. To automatically receive the latest episodes, please subscribe. If you'd like to support the show, please share this episode with just one friend you think it could help. And if this episode helped you, please leave us a 5-star review.